it's finding the truth. And I know these families here want the truth, and I know the American people want the truth. But yet, I listened to this questioning today, and there seems to be a real partisan feel to finding the truth, and I don't understand that. I mean, we are, if you listen to the other side, you'd think it's time just to move on from this. They would agree with Secretary Clinton, right, that they would just say, what difference does it make? Well, some of the family members I talked to before this hearing, I guarantee this hearing makes a difference today. We want to know who made some of these decisions and why they made some of these decisions. The only encouraging part that I heard from the other side is that they feel that you all should be protected. Your ability to testify here and your desire to testify here should be protected, so that's good. And I want you to know I really appreciate you all being here. It does matter. It matters to a lot of people. Mr. Hicks, after your visit with Congressman Chaffetz, or Congressman Chaffetz's visit, did you feel any kind of shift in the way you were treated?
Yes, again, I did. When Assistant Secretary Jones visited shortly after, prior to the visit, Assistant Secretary Jones had visited, and she pulled me aside and again said I needed to improve my management style and indicated that people were upset. I had no indication that my staff was upset at all, other than with the conditions that we were facing. Following my return to the United States, I attended Chris's funeral in San Francisco, and then I came back to Washington. Assistant Secretary Jones summoned me to her office, and she delivered a blistering critique of my management style. And she I exclaimed, "I don't know why Larry Pope would want you to come back." And she said she didn't even understand why anyone at Tripoli would want me to come back.
But yet, right after the attack and before the attack, you had all kinds of praise for your leadership. You got a call from Secretary Clinton. You got a call from the President praising you for your service and how you handled things. Was there a seminal moment in your mind to when all this praise and appreciation turned into something else?
In hindsight, I think it began after I asked the question about Ambassador Rice's statement on the TV shows.
Mm-hmm. And anyone listening to this hearing today, if they don't have questions, I mean, there was some comment made about, well, there was a few people in Libya that had a problem with this YouTube video, but the overwhelming evidence is that this was a terrorist attack. Everybody knew it, but yet someone higher up decided to run with this story, this facade, and they kept it for a long time. And I would think that everyone sitting here wants to know the answer why that was done. So what other impediments have you had, or how have you felt since deciding to come forward? Do you feel like they've treated you any differently from that point on?
Well, after I was angry with the way I'd been criticized, I thought it was unfounded. I felt like I'd been tried and convicted in absentia, and but I decided I was going to go back and try to redeem myself in Tripoli.
What is your job right now?
What is my job? I am a foreign affairs officer in the Office of Global Intergovernmental Affairs.
Okay. A far cry from where you were and your level of capabilities.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you came back to the United States, were you planning on going back to Libya?
I was. I fully intended to do so.
And what do you think happened?
Based on the criticism that I received, I felt that if I went back, I would never be comfortable working there. Mm-hmm. And in addition, my family really didn't want me to go back. We'd endured a year of separation when I was in Afghanistan in 2006 and 2007, and that was the overriding factor. So I voluntarily curtailed. I accepted an offer of what's called a no-fault curtailment. That means that there would be no criticism of my departure of post, no negative repercussions. And in fact, Ambassador Pope, when he made the offer to everyone in Tripoli when he arrived, Chargé Pope, when he arrived, he indicated that people could expect that they would get a good onward assignment out of that.
All right. Well, thank you. I would just close with the fact that we have a president that's made it his policy since he took office not to knee-jerk or jump to conclusions when it comes to some tragedy or event. But yet, why did he do it in this case? Why was he quick to jump to the conclusion that this was a protest due to a YouTube video? I think we all know that's not true, and I think we all need to find the answer to that.
Thank you. And of course.
Could I just clarify? The job that I have right now, between my curtailment and my finding of this job that I have now, I had no meaningful employment. I was in a status called Near Eastern Affairs over complement, and the job now is a significant, it's a demotion. Foreign Affairs Officer is a designation that is given to our civil service colleagues who are desk officers. So I've been effectively demoted from Deputy Chief of Mission to desk officer.
Let me just interject one thing at this time. In your